Welcome to our second episode here of cooking the simple tastes. We're doing lamb biryani. Our initial mix goes some very sweet carrot, ginger, we have some green chili, white and red onions, and we're going to fry them off before we do something special with the rice, and that is toast it. Then we'll be making a vegetable curry to go with it as well. Right, so to our pan we're going to add a little bit of oil. I use like a groundnut oil or peanut oil, isn't it? So in that goes, and it's got to be quite generous, I'm afraid. And we're going to fry off these onions. One of the first ingredients to go in is some black cumin seeds, and they're just going to go in, gently fry. In they go. You can just hear them start to sizzle, release the flavour. In goes the garlic and the ginger. Got the ginger and the chili. And in goes the ginger and the chili. Right, we've got everything in there now, all the onions, and we're just going to saute them off. We might have to add a little bit more oil as well. So the onions are frying away nicely now. And there, we're just going to add a pinch of salt. And that goes. Onions are quite soft in there now, so we're going to add in our last ingredients into here, and that is some nigella seeds or onion seeds, methi leaf or fenugreek leaf, and some cloves, just no more than 2 or 3. And there we go. Give them a stir. Right, I'm quite happy with that in there now. Excuse the steam. That's about as much as I want to take that to. So we're going to switch that off. And that goes bye-bye. And we're going to collect that out, ready for our lamb. Okay, so there's our neck of lamb. Fabulously trimmed by Nigel. Does a superb job on that. And we're going to cut these into medallion style steaks. Find it's the best way. They will reduce in size, so that's what we're going to go for here. Right, let me just go through the spices I use in here. The obvious ones is the cinnamon stick, chili flakes that we've got in there. We've got some green cardamom. We've got some fennel seeds because it's lamb. I've got black cardamom. This is my own make of garam masala. Just use a packet, whatever. This is paprika, and we also use in this side a hot curry mix. So that's going to go in to our base. Right, in the same pot we're going to now try and put a bit of colouring on the actual lamb. Rightly or wrongly, I don't wash the pot out, and there's the lamb in there. We're going to brown that off. It usually takes about a good 10 minutes because we want a crust, a good brown crust on that. So I just leave that to fry. So we're driving off the moisture that we don't want in the lamb before we add the seasoning. Right, that's getting there now. It's getting quite brown. So I'm just going to add in the stock, which I use a can of tomatoes and some yogurt and some stock. In goes 2 tablespoons of yogurt, and we just top that up with a little bit of like lamb stock. And the lamb stock's gone in, and now we are going to add the spices. So in goes the spices into the mixture. and we're just going to mix them in, and then we're going to put that on pressure cooker for 15 minutes. Right, and goes the lid. Kelly's helped me with the lid as I film. So we're going to set that now for 15 minutes, Cal. There we go, and we can go and sit down and put our feet up. Well, we're not really going to rest. That is the pressure cooker in the background, and that is not milk in there, that is the rice being cleaned, and we're going to do this. They say 3 times, but I do until I get clear running water. 3 rinses, so we're probably done once we clear the water out of this. So I do that by putting that in. I can't hold the camera and do this, but then tilt that in, the rice stays inside. And there we have our nice clean water and rice. So we're now going to toast that in a frying pan. A little bit of oil and a little drop of oil, and we are going to toast this rice. Careful not to put too much rice in your pan. It will dry out quite quickly in these non-stick pans. So and you'll feel it when it's done. It'll be it's quite therapeutic. Is it?
What's TNT?
Right, I'm going to empty that and go to the next load. Right, that's the lamb done. We're just now releasing the pressure. So, oil up some sour anise, black cardamom and some bay leaves. There is a bit of rice in there as well. We're just going to get that onto the rolling boil and turn it on. Just cook that rice for no more than 3 minutes. Right, that rice has just had 3 minutes, as you can tell by the beeping, and that's all it needs. So we're going to drain that off now. So we put a little bit of turmeric in with salt for the second bit of rice. It gives it a slight colouring, and it mixes through with the plain white rice, giving it a nice effect. I don't do it for flavour or anything like that, though it does add a flavour. That's our stained coloured rice done. So in goes the stained rice on the bottom. What a beautiful looking colour that is, by the way. On go the onions, the veggies in there. We pick out the chunks of lamb and put it into the biryani. You can see the lamb is being placed on top of the stained rice. And it's held its shape quite well even after 15 minutes. If you did it any more, it would literally, you'd just be having pulled lamb. Now we just top the casserole or the biryani up with the white rice. All that rice gets used up virtually. There, it's all gone into there. And then we just have to add the remaining veggies on the top, the onions and the fried carrot. And there we have it, ready for the oven. Just make sure that seal goes down. Now, I used to put a seal of dough around the outside edge. I don't think it makes that much difference when you're doing it this way. If you want to be traditional, seal all these gaps here all the way around with a bit of dough. I'm too lazy now, I've done it too often to bother with that. I think the flavours are all going to be inside, and that's ready to go in the oven for 45 minutes just to cook that rice, get it nice and crispy, and let those spices develop. Right, we're making the vegetable curry. So I'm just blanching for about 3 or 4 minutes the broccoli and the cauliflower. And then the potato and the carrot will have a little bit longer in the same stock. And we separate the fats out of here. not all of them, but the majority of them, with a little bit of ice which sticks to it. That takes the fat content down, and then that will be our gravy. That is the cinnamon stick. We'll just get the last bit of flavour from it into the potatoes and carrots. Okay, the masala for the lamb has been sifted through ice to take out probably 80% of the fat, and we just add into that red lentils. So we're going to wait for that to boil up before we add back our veg. Okay, that's thickened up enough now, and we're just going to add the veg very gently. Not easy holding the camera. There it goes. And that should just simmer down, and we've got our vegetable curry. So we've added a little bit of fenugreek leaf in there as well. Right, it's come out of the oven, and we've let it cool down. Oh, it's still very hot actually. Right, got my towel. Let's see what this is like. Lovely. Oh, honestly, the smell that comes up, fabulous. And to go with this biryani, it's got to be mixed up. Remember, it's 2 different coloured rices. Is our vegetable curry. So, lamb biryani. I probably said chicken before, but lamb biryani and vegetable curry. Let's just give this a little bit of a fork. Yeah, I've forked it around a little bit. Just opened it up, and you can see that lamb. Full of flavour. All the rice is individually separated. It's just nice and fluffy. Got the hard bits on the edge, and caramelised onions. For me, perfect biryani. Oh my god, that's amazing.